Well, you know what they say. Better late than never. Or do they say, play the long game and win the prize? Hey YouTube, what goes on? And welcome back to Disavowed Action Figures. Bringing you kind of sort of an action figure review tonight, a much older action figure review. As we have finally played the long game to the greatest extent mostly possible, and we are going to be able to build the Amadeus Cho. Incredibly fun, stupid, crazy, awesome, I'm delaying for time right now, totally awesome Hulk. That's right. This has been a labor of love over many, many months into years, picking up figures at clearance prices, having some friends help us out along the way, and then finally just splurging and buying the final figure in order to build this Build-A-Figure. I know most people are not going to care. Most people probably will not click on this video because it's an old Build-A-Figure. What's this, like 2-3 years old? I don't remember anymore. But I know I wanted to build it because it looked pretty cool. But I got to a certain point where most of the figures in this Build-A-Figure wave were showing up on clearance in multiple places and other bargain stores. So I basically said to myself, not worth it to buy them all at full price, play the long game, as long as I might have to, and that's what I basically did here. So we will build this guy here on camera. We'll move him around a little bit, take a closer look at him, compare him to other Build-A-Figures and action figures in my collection. Again, I get it, this is an older figure at this point in time, but I'm glad to have it. I wanted to put it on camera here and have some fun. So if you were curious, this again is from the dark days of the cardboard boxes with no window. That's right. Here's Commander Rogers, the last figure I purchased. Got it for $23, shipped on Amazon Prime. It's the last one I needed. I was trying to hold out for as long as I possibly could to get this at a cheaper price, but I gave in because good friend NJ Tree of the channel hooked me up with the left leg or the right leg, the one I needed. So here is the cross cell, if you're not familiar with this wave. So there is our Amadeus Cho. There are the pieces that we needed. So looking at this over, trying to remember back in the day, I believe Captain Marvel was the one gifted to me from NJ Tree. That was the left leg. Marvel's Photon I picked up on a Walmart clearance price. I want to say for like $15 around there. Ms. Marvel, I also think I got at Target for like maybe $8.90. It all runs together at this point. Marvel Boy, I think came from, I can't remember anymore. I know it was not, that was actually Walmart, yeah. So Marvel Boy and Karnak were both also Walmart. So basically the entire wave I got at Walmart more or less on clearance prices, maybe one of them being at a Target. But everything was under $15, maybe a little bit less than that. And then Commander Rogers being the most expensive one they had to buy, which was essentially just below full price. So there it is right there. There's the wave. I'll get the box out of the way. So let's build this guy and have some fun with the Build-A-Figure. So I don't have a huge connection to this character in the comics. I don't dislike him by any stretch of the imagination. It's just that I didn't really care enough about the Marvel's wave to want to pay full price to get those figures. And then I kind of wanted the Commander Rogers, and it dried up super fast in my area. So I never had the chance to get that at a cheaper price. That's why I eventually just got it on Amazon. So it's been a while since I built a Build-A-Figure on camera. Kind of excited to do this and have some fun. Here's our torso piece going on right there. Let's start off with going with the legs. So here is the piece that NJ Tree hooked us up with. Good friend of the channel. Saw him at ZoloCon, and he was able to hook me up with this leg. Again, haven't heated them up or anything ahead of time, so we'll see if we can get them to fit. There we go. Got that one in place. Let's grab our other leg. Pop that sucker in. I kind of miss the days where he got like that really fun, like awesome pop when he got a Build-A-Figure piece on, which I don't think we get as much anymore. A lot of elbow grease though to get that on there, I'll tell you that much. All right, so our legs are both on the correct sides. We have our big toes in the middle. Let's do our arms next. So popping the arm on here on this side. See if we get no pop sound, nothing, but who cares? It's in there. And this guy's a lot bigger and chunkier than I thought he was going to be. I guess I should know it's a Hulk, right? Get our other arm here, popping that in as well. Bringing that down, went in. Oh, not all the way in yet. Let's bring that back up again here. So again, been a while. Got to make sure we get it all the way in there without breaking a peg. All right, I think we're good on that arm right there. Got that all the way in. So now we can basically have him stand. There we go. And I have to back the camera up. And again, just evidence what a big chunky boy, tall boy this guy really is. So we do have alternate hands that came with him as well. We got the fists on both sides. I probably won't bother putting those on. We'll see. Maybe for some comparison photos. But here it is, the freaking head sculpt. Came in via Amazon with that Commander Rogers. Kind of like the Commander Rogers. Never had the original one. It is pinned. There are pins on me on that other Commander Rogers. So it's not on the new buck or anything. But I do have that t-shirt of Commander Rogers. All right, so let's finish this up and get the head on there without having any problems, hopefully. And again, small deal. I understand most people have had this for a long time. But if you've ever done this before where you played a long game about as long as you can to build a figure on a budget and you're not, crazy with your needing to get it right away, it is an accomplishment. You feel good when you finally get the entire thing. I probably could have played a little bit longer of a game and maybe gotten Commander Rogers down the road if he would have popped up at like an Ollie's or a half-off store, some sort of store along those lines. But I've kind of grown impatient. Now that I had every piece but, I figured it was time to do it. All right, let's get this guy up on the stand. And there he is on the stand. I had to kind of delay it there at the end because I knew he wasn't going to fit on camera without backing it up again. So that's how big of a guy this dude is. Had to multiple times back up the camera point of view to get him to fit here on screen. He is pretty friggin' awesome. Again, not a huge connection to the character in the comics. I remember when he was the Hulk, this version of the Hulk. I think he was with the Champions. It was like a younger superhero team, which I guess this would fall under that team building idea right there. But it looks really freaking cool. The hair looks awesome. I really enjoy the hair sculpt going on right here because, again, he's not your standard Bruce Banner. It is Amadeus Cho, so he's kind of showing off some style. I believe Amadeus Cho in the comics is like one of the smartest people in the Marvel Universe. So this is a comic figure, not an MCU figure. The muscles came out looking really freaking cool. Got the great ab work going on right here. Of course, we do have pins here on the arms and the elbows. There are some pins on me. There is a nice texture. And again, I know this is old school. A lot of people have had this for a long time. It's new to me, so I wanted to share it with everybody. Back muscles looking really freaking cool. One thing of note, being that it is a Build-A-Figure, you do not get any sort of butterfly joint here in the shoulders. You just basically get your typical articulation right there. I do like the purple for the trunks. Again, a very nice aesthetic to these going on right there. Nice texturing going on here. It's not just the smooth plastic. We do kind of get like that bumpiness going on right there. Same thing here on the side. So this looks really cool. I'm happy to have this in the collection. I really am. This is a cool action figure to have. And again, it took me quite a while and some help from some friends. But that's why we preach the 3 Ps right here. Patience, persistence, and politeness, right? Patience, meaning you take the time to try to wait to get a good deal if it's something you need right away. And again, persistence, checking those stores, looking for the cheapest deal you can possibly get on an older wave. Again, I buy stuff for more than regular price a lot of times if I really want it, but if it's something I don't care to have right away, that persistence does pay off. And politeness, obviously, having some friends that can maybe either find a figure for you or help you out with the Build-A-Figure piece that they did not need. And really quickly, articulation on this guy, being that he is, again, an older figure. I'm sure people already know, but I'm having fun with this guy. So there is the chin going all the way down. Here is the head going up as far as I can until it pops off, as it did right there. It will rotate all the way around. You do get that great looking pivot right there. The attitude with this character in particular, that smirk on his face with the haircut, I think that attitude is really important. Shoulder will go all the way around. Shoulder goes up just about to 90 right there. Upper bicep cut going on right there for the swivel. You do have the, looks like double jointed pinned elbow going on right there. You do have the hand that will rotate all the way around. This particular hand is on a left and right horizontal hinge. Legs do have the upper thigh cut going right there. It is a Build-A-Figure, it doesn't pop off on you. We do get, it looks like, I guess it's double jointed knees, but unfortunately you're not going to get the knee very far back because of the size of the character going on right there. You do get the foot going down about that far. Foot going up about that far. It's on a rocker. He will kick forward about that far. He will kick back about that far. Splits for days for Amadeus Cho right there. We do have this torso going on right here. So it goes about that far back. You will show a little bit of gappiness in the front. You go all the way back. It will go forward about that far until you start hitting the abs right there. Side to side. Oh, just pop the leg off right there by accident. Again, as a Build-A-Figure, that can happen if you don't get all the way in there. All right, there we go. So side to side, about that far to that side, and the other side here, about that far to that side. So good abdominal articulation there in the torso. It's also cut here at the waist, so we'll rotate all the way around if you want to go like Exorcist style at the waist. But again, overall, pretty good articulation on this guy. I'm digging it, and I'm really happy I finally got this guy in the collection and got this guy together, because he's kind of just like a Hulk who's partying, right? Look at him. He's partying Hulk. He's partying. So one thing I did want to point out, I decided to do a quick hand swap here. I do like when a character or a figure is somewhat asymmetrical. I like symmetry as much as the next guy, but I do like that we get some asymmetry here, where we do get basically this wrist piece, which I think had something to do maybe with him transforming back and forth. I feel like that was the thing. I could be wrong. Maybe it was just in the comics. But I think it's cool. You just get one on one side. The other one, you don't get that on there. So it kind of mixes it up a little bit. It's not just symmetrical. I don't know. That was kind of neat. And now that I have him posed with both fists, this is a really fun Build-A-Figure. This looks freaking great. The attitude that this guy has looks so freaking cool. I hope it's coming across on camera. Again, if you have this guy, let me know in the comments. If you don't have this guy, and having watched this review, do you now want to build him, which you probably still could on a pretty good budget. He is a lot of fun. He looks really freaking cool. He's definitely going to stand out on a shelf for sure. So typically I try to put more than one figure on the display to compare. Due to the size of this guy, it's going to have to be one at a time for the bigger guys. So if you wanted to see how the Amadeus Cho, totally awesome, incredible, keep forgetting his name, Hulk, stands with another Hulk, here is the Target exclusive. Now back on pegs, by the way, if you haven't gotten it before, it's back in stores right now, the Red Hulk. And you can see they are basically about, I would say, the same height, but you know what? I think Cho actually has them a little bit because of the hairdo. Obviously, this guy's a little bit bulkier, bigger. He has different articulations, so on and so forth. But yeah, this guy, he fits in with the Hulks. And for some more size comparison, Marvel Legends, here he is as compared to the She-Hulk Iron Man retro-carded recent 2024 release, and also the Captain Rogers, who was the final Build-A-Figure piece that I needed for a more standard 6-inch size Marvel Legend, which is, again, is the older Buck. That's the Bucky Cap Buck, I believe, not the new Vulcan one, which is a little bit taller. For another big guy comparison, here is our Hulk as compared to the Marvel Legends Walgreens exclusive Ben Grimm Fantastic Four The Thing, and he really makes the Thing look small here. And here is the Amadeus Cho Hulk as compared to the Kingpin Build-A-Figure from the Spider-Man wave multiple years ago. And Kingpin actually stacks up pretty well with this guy, considering especially how broad he is. And for a more recent character comparison, here is Amadeus Cho the Hulk as compared to the new Marvel Legends The Man-Thing Werewolf by Night Disney Plus Deluxe figure release that I just picked up from CMD Store. Just did a review on him if you want to check out what I think. But really, again, I remember seeing how big the Man-Thing was. Man-Thing pretty much is around the same height here. If he was a little bit more standing up, I guess, as Cho. And our final Build-A-Figure comparison, here is the Marvel Legends Puff Adder from the Serpent Society as compared to our brand new, totally awesome, cool, fun, reasonably priced, on the long game hunt, Hulk. For some non-Marvel Legends comparisons, here he is as compared to the Jada Toys Street Fighter II Fei Long action figure, G.I. Joe Classified Quick Kick with a Spudgy Bar, and the very awesome, very new Homer Simpson from Jakks Pacific's new Simpsons 2024 action figure 5-inch line. And here is the Hulk even making this big bad mother fragger Lobo from the McFarlane Toys DC Multiverse action figure line look small. And last, and as everybody loves to say, certainly not least, here is the not-so-new Marvel Legends Build-A-Figure totally awesome Hulk Amadeus Cho version as compared to the AEW Unrivaled Jazzwares Orange Cassidy. Yeah, I usually stick up for Orange and feel like he's going to have a chance in pretty much any fight, but I kind of feel like this one's not going to go well for him at all. All right, everybody, and in closing, final thoughts on this Build-A-Figure by Marvel Legends. This guy's friggin' awesome. So here's the thing. I was in no way pumped for the action figures in this Build-A-Figure line that you needed to pick up in order to build this guy. I really wanted this guy all along in my collection. The Commander Rogers as a comic figure was one that I would have paid full price for if I needed to, and I basically almost did. The Karnak figure and Marvel Boy, again, as comic figures, not the Marvel Boy I really wanted to have. Karnak, not in the best buck, whatever. They're both still in my collection and I enjoy them. But the MCU figures, the Captain Marvel, the Photon, and the Ms. Marvel, I'm sorry, I just wasn't excited for the movie. I eventually watched it. I'm not here to review the movie. It was what it was. However, I did not need those three particular characters, let alone two of them being essentially characters we've already had released in my MCU display. And plus, all cards on the table, I buy very little MCU figures anymore. That was a hard buy for me. So to wait and get this thing using the 3Ps paid off for me in the long run. I could have waited a little bit longer and probably found Commander Rogers a little bit cheaper than I got him for, but I got a little impatient near the end. Again, thank you to NJ Tree for the hookup with the missing leg, and pretty pumped to have this guy overall. So thanks for watching, everybody. If you're new, please consider hitting that subscribe button. It is free for you. It does not cost you anything, and it helps us grow the channel tremendously in the march to 7,000 subscribers. While you're at it, go ahead and click that bell for notifications, because that way YouTube should notify you, tell you when we post new content here to the channel, like our weekly toy hunts, reviews, and live streams. Leave a comment down below, hit that like button, and for daily toy content and daily toy updates, try checking us out over at Instagram and Twitter at Disavowed_12. Hey everybody, if you're going toy hunting this week, please try to remember the 3 Ps of a toy hunt: patience, persistence, most of all, politeness. Take care, stay healthy, and I'll be seeing all of you at the pegs.